of the ancestors that are buried in this ground. I think it's important that I just share that they have a certain way that they would have been honored after they transitioned had they been still in their native lands. And most of our ancestors came from West Africa. So I am a practitioner of the African traditional religion from West Africa. It's called Yoruba. It's something that I learned from a lot of Spanish-speaking people who had the benefit of being able to retain those traditions in Cuba and Puerto Rico and different things. But there's a lot of people in the United States that are actually taking back their ancestral lineage. So I wanted to basically say that, you know, my family is here and y'all's families are here and we all have a link to the people on the ground. But through divination, which is like the elders, my spiritual elders, as they communicate with the spiritual realm. Last year I found out that people in the grounds here are not racist. So all of us that come with this negative energy towards white and, you know, all the white men, the people in this ground actually are not racist. I'm going to tell you why. This makes perfect sense. Hear me on this. Who owned all the stops on the Underground Railroad? Did black people have safe houses? No. So if you were going to run away and you were black at that time, you would have had to have white friends. So let's stop with the hatred and get real, you know, and work together and make a real Underground Railroad again for the upliftment of our ancestors in this burial ground. I mean, there are African people in our midst right now with black skin that are more poisonous than some of the whites that are standing among us. So look at the character of the person. And if you want to know more about the traditions of honoring the ancestors, after the meeting that we're going to have, I can help out with that and teach everybody a song called Oro Egun, which is a song to the ancestors to uplift them. Because before we start pouring libations and all that, we need to make sure that the ones that come up out the ground are the nice, compliant ones, not the mean, bloodthirsty, hurting villains, because they're down there too. So let's look at this and recognize that we are on a burial ground. We don't want to come down here under the cover of night, some spooky seance type of stuff. We don't want to always be wearing black. We want to uplift their spirits. So cover your head, try to wear white, have some respect for who's in the ground, and work together based on character, not color. Ashe.
It's a blessing. God bless us all. I'm from West Africa, the home of the slave. The first settlement, that's already in Freetown. When I see those faces from different places, tears rolls my eyes. Last year, everybody's confident. Everybody's confident. It's a sin to stand right here. We should pray for them. Go on our knees. We should not stand. Yeah. But we all need to unite. We all need to unite. Unity is spiritual. It's oneness. God is one. I don't believe in color, black, white. It's a beautification. God beautified the world. So let's unite. And I pray that everybody goes home and continue to pray as again. Mercy. And I pray we'll meet in paradise.
Wait to hear what I'm going to say. Because I don't know. Except I'm here to say something. Like all of us ought to say something. We all got something to say. So come on up here and say it. And today and tomorrow, let's start something new. We're going to start speaking out more than we ever did before. And, you know, when we speak, we're going to speak good stuff. Good stuff. Not bad stuff. Not lies. Not evil. Not hate. We're going to speak good stuff about ourselves and our people we're concerned with. So, this is a new day. Something happened to the whole world, and they all said we can't do it, said, well, we think we ought to do it anyhow, so this is a new world, let's keep this up today and tomorrow and help and put ourselves on the line, to get arrested, whatever we need to do, let's make this world a better place.
Cowards, go hard or go home. I'm gonna stop that.
Indeed, no cowards. Brother said, go hard or go home. I realize in the interest of time, there's a lot of things that have been said, and then my heart and spirit has countless number of other things that I know that I would like to share, and some of it I probably don't know. But I think that one of the things that is standing out in my mind, I remember Kwame Ture used to often say that the rewards of the struggle are in the struggle. Now, as a young man, well, as a teenager, I really didn't fully understand what that meant. I would listen to him, and because I was so excited, I would often be like, yeah, I understand, I can get it, let's move on, let's do what we're doing. And, the enthusiasm and the interest that I had as a younger person definitely kind of carried and motivated me to do a lot. But as I stand here and realize why we all are here now, why we're all here today, it's already been stated, the longevity of the struggle for this particular issue. But what I don't want us to leave here without understanding is that this is but one victory on one level of the work that we all need to continue. This is work that it doesn't stop here. After they unveil the marker and after everyone has had their photo opportunities, whatever quotes they put in the paper or misquotes they put in the paper, the work doesn't stop there. This should be, in my opinion, a catalyst for a movement for change, real change that has to happen. There's a history here in this city, in this state. There's a history here that has not seen justice from the day that all of us here were born. Whether we were born in this soil, we were born across the waters, on the continent of Africa or elsewhere, there is justice that is deserved by people who are oppressed and continue to be oppressed, and we all need to be a continuing part of that movement toward that justice. This is one victory in some ways, but in other ways we need to learn from the lessons of what it took to get to here, so that we can move forward and we can truly open the eyes of those around, so that we can not only fill this parking lot, but we can fill the hearts and minds of our people in a way that will have them understand the purpose, the value, the importance of their contribution to the continuing history that goes on with the legacy of those who laid under us.
My name is Dave Booth. I see a lot of people I've been working with for a long time in Richmond, and it's a new day here. It's been a hard time getting Richmond together. One thing I noticed here that, of all the places in the United States, this is probably the blackest place I know, and it's for being a middle-class white dude growing up, it taught me a lot about stuff that I didn't know. Selling ice cream up in Churchill and seeing kids out on the street up until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock because they didn't have air conditioning. They do anything, just to get outside and be playing and open up a door, you can see right through the back of it. There's a book that just got written about a year ago. Here's some people I've been working with: Paul Fleischer, Ron McGott. You probably know a lot of people, educators for social justice. They're reading about why is the difference in Thomas Jefferson High School and Douglas Freeman. It's like, 60 years after the Board of Education, it's still separate and unequal. And right now, this place here to me kind of feels like what it must feel like people in Egypt and all the different places around the world where people finally had a little bit of liberated territory. The one sister talked about learning about Yoruba, the African religion that was lost to a lot of people, but it was preserved in Latin America. And I think this place right here is going to bring a lot of stuff together, because some of the old propaganda we had, even for the movement, it was like, whose streets? We'd say our streets, right? But we got to remember, I don't know know if these streets are our streets. It's like, whose land? It's our land. You know, our land is under these streets. We have to decide how it's going to be developed. You know, it's public. It's not private. Private comes from the word privé, you know, to deprive. It's really contradictory to be in a community and how people used to be organized, you know, where I think what the African continent really represents. There was a whole cradle civilization there. You know, Iraq got bombed, the water system got bombed, the whole public water system. So I think when we talk about this land here, what we're going to do, you know, we should kind of put it as, yeah, our kind of, you know, city on the hill or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, this is our ground zero. This is our place to say, we know as a people what we deserve. Access to clean water, access to housing, health care. You know, all around here could be the beginning of what wasn't provided to people for so long. You know, they're starting with their labor. You know, we're all workers, and we can build beautiful things. You know, people build the pyramids. Much of that was under enslaved. Labor as well, people say, you know, that's all stuff to be taken in consideration. It's like what we're going to do here, what Phil says, maybe changing the meeting times from the Slave Commission.